Welcome to Have a Happy Arty Time. My name's Janette, and for this project I'm going to be using my Inktense pencils straight on the Gelli Plate. It's going to be a lot of fun, so let's begin. Okay, so I have my colours and I'm just going to do a very light dip into some water here, and I'm going to colour in my image. With the Inktense pencils, they do tend to separate a little bit whilst they're still wet, but it's easy to go over the wet again, just like this, and spread that colour out again, and it'll stay nicely on the plate. I have tried using some matte medium on the Gelli Plate first and then colouring the Inktense over the top, but I have found that that didn't work as well. It seemed to spread out my Inktense pencils too much. So just straight on the plain Gelli Plate is working best for me. And again, you can feel them dry off as you're using them on your plate, and you just need to re-wet them again. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry a little bit. I'm going to start in on the stems. My drawing is a little bit bigger than my actual Gelli Plate, but that's okay. I'll just make a smaller vase, and I think I'll do the vase in a blue. Okay, so just making that vase a little bit smaller than the drawing. So we can see it beading up there. So I'm just going to go back and get my very light purple. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit where that's beaded. Just spread it out. So it's just a matter of time for this colouring to dry. And we just move it around over the Gelli Plate until we get our desired result. Just like this, you can see that drying there now. I'm just going to take a little bit of brown here and just put a little line across here. See how we go. Make on a little table and a little bit of a darker brown. Now I'm going to grab my black and just wet that, and I'm going to do a little bit of outlining and reinstate my stems, and then we'll pull our print. So this is dry now, and I'm going to pop a little bit of white and a little bit of mauve paint on and pull the print. We'll see how we go. Okay, so just mix that there in the corner. Let's just lightly get this across. We'll lay this on top, and I'll be popping my heavy book on, just leaving it for a few minutes and seeing how we go. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. I'm just going to take that book off. So I'm just going to pull this print and see how we go. And it's just lovely. So I can see in this one that I've got a little bit of work to do. I can see that my pencil wasn't sharp enough to give me a finer line, and I can see I've probably gone a bit dark with my paint. So I'm just going to do another one quickly and see what we get with that one. I'll just put the picture up when I'm finished. Okay, so I did this one the same as I showed you in the video, and then I got a little bit of white gouache, went around, my black lines were thinner, everything's lighter, and I just love this one. It worked really well. But what I'm going to do now is just pop this one on here, and I'm just going to see if I can bring that up with my trusty white gouache again. I love this white gouache. It just works so well. I've tried every gel pen, everything. They work really well too, but I don't know, I keep going back to the gouache. I think it's because I can get thick and thin lines, and just, yeah, I really love it. Okay, so let's see how we go. Alrighty, now I will get a little bit of our light purple again. So even ones that don't go quite to plan, we can still bring up a little bit. And I can see that I just need to put a little bit of black around here. We have two nice little prints. I can see I need some more white. And if we want to lighten that background off a little bit in here, I can just grab the brush, knock this into here a little bit, and just a little tiny bit of water. Just spread some of that around to give it a nice brightness, which is what I got there when I rolled it out, but didn't really get it on this one. So here we are, two lovely little images, and I'm going to start on my next one. So this time I'd like to use some reds, and I've got that still on the plate, and I'm just going to grab some beautiful reds here and do the same thing. Okay, so this is nice and dry. Going to add a little bit of pink, a little bit of white, and I'm just going to mix that together here a little bit, get it nice and pale. So we're just going to pop on our paper. Heavy book for a few minutes. Okay, so that's been a few minutes. Let's see how we go. Okay, so we're quite intense here with our Inktense. So I'll pop that down here, and I'm going to put a little bit of pen work around here and some white gouache and just see. So this time I might use my calligraphy pen, the ones that I love just ever so much, and I'm just going to go around here. Okay, now let's reinstate some of this vase. Just get him going down around here. I'm just going to come in here fairly thickly this time. And I'm going to add some pink Inktense to this just to take off a bit of that red. So I didn't quite get the colours right with this one. So I'll get out our nice fuchsia pink, I think. A little bit of water. And I'm just going to go on that white, mix the two together, just tame that red down. Wonderful, worked better than I thought. I'm loving this now. I'll see if I can do similar with this vase. Not so sure about that, but I'd like to get some nice yellow into the centers. So let's see, let's just give that a little work around there. Lovely. I'm just doing it on the paper a little bit. Take a bit of the water out. Just don't want to wet in between. This is working out really nice. Shame I couldn't get it right in the first place, but I do love going back into them. A little bit of a shadow here with the black now. Just coming in there. Darken that up a little bit. Bit of black here. Lovely. And I want to knock that colour of that green right back as well. Silly me. painting it the wrong colour, too bright, so I'm just going to get the white gouache, put this in here around these stems. Add a few little white highlights on this now. Loving this one now. It's come up really beautiful. I know there's so many things we can do. That's the joy of it all. So just love them. Thanks for watching. And remember, they may not pull off quite exactly how you want, but just keep working on them, and gouache is awesome to add on top as well. Okay, now, have a happy arty time. Stay safe. Bye for now.